Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here in our group presentation again. Today, José Roberto will present about a paper called Resonant Multi-scalar Production in Generic Complex Singlet Model in Multi-TeV regions. So you can go on, José. It,
Could you zoom in?
yes. José, sorry, can you zoom in?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
it's okay. Thank you. We have a question here.
Hello. Can you hear me? Good.
You can speak.
Okay. My question is about the maybe it's a simple question, but why is necessary to do a rotation or to use a rotation matrix? It's not clear for me at least. Yeah. Yeah. So just
Sorry,
complement.
sorry.
So it's the same as having eigenvectors
Yeah.
and eigenvalues. So for each eigenvector should have one eigenvalue, right?
Okay,
It should be
right.
diagonalized, and the eigenvalue is the mass. So once you break the symmetry, you realize that some eigenvectors have degenerate eigenvalues, let's say. And then you want to diagonalize them to have each one of them be
It's just
independent
to
eigenvectors.
diagonalize the
Yeah, you just want to have diagonal eigenvectors. And when you do that, you have to do what we call the rotation diagonalization.
Yes, yes. I understand. Thank you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
That another question.
So no, it's not quite. It's just point out. So this signal strength is a very common parameter to map whether we have a signal beyond the center model. So let's say U is different from one, larger than one, then you might have a new physics signal because then the cross section time differentiation for the signal, which is in the numerator, is greater than the one from the background, therefore mu would be larger than one. So at the LAC, what they often do is that pick different channels, see, let's say channels with dileptons, channels with dijets, channels with two gauge bosons, and quote the mu value. So in the literature, we often say, what's the mu value for this signal? Mu is 1, mu is 1.1, mu is 2, mu is something. So what's the mu value? So you already know that they mean what is the signal strength of the ratio of the cross section times branch ratio out. We just, what's the mu value? What's the mu value? We're gonna hear that a lot in the next week. Ricardo is there? Yeah, Ricardo is there. Yeah. So Ricardo, yeah, so Ricardo and I are gonna attend this LHC meeting at CERN in 2 weeks from now, and we're gonna hear this a lot. What's the mu value for this, mu value for that, mu value. Okay, so
José? José? Sorry, another point.
just into
Victor have put the.
Oh,
he raised his hand.
Victor, you raised your hand? Uh, no, I think he just entered in the meeting. Oh, okay. Okay, you can go on.
No, no, I don't want to ask a question. Perhaps you should explain better to the broad audience we have how we exactly constrain new scalars using the Higgs portal. Higgs portal. Hmm. So let me try to explain on the board. So as you know here, so I have only this one. I need a white one. So some of you, can you see from here this one? So the Higgs production channel, this one of the main ones was this one. Look, this quark, another quark, this like this particle here is a gluon, another gluon, and the top quark loop. Why this? No,
There isn't a way.
yeah.
Sorry, there's just the camera from the computer. Sorry, but it's
I'm explaining the gluon fusion diagram.
yeah. Oh, sorry. He's explaining the gluon fusion diagram.
So, and why is this? Because the Higgs couples to fermions proportionally to their masses. So that's why I need the top. So Mikhail is like this. What the heck? So the Higgs couples to fermions proportionally to their masses. Okay, that's the message. Therefore, I cannot, this channel here, quark, and Higgs, is unlikely to happen at the late C because a proton has U, D, and S quarks. They are very light, and therefore this coupling, which is proportional to the mass of the quark, would be very small. So the coupling of the Higgs with fermions is proportional to the mass of the fermion divided by the watt of the Higgs, which is 200 GeV. So this is MeV for the light quarks. So this is a very small coupling. It makes unlikely for me to produce a Higgs boson at the C. But anyway, what Zach was saying is we did produce and we did detect it. Right? So we detect the Higgs boson. So we detect this Higgs. Now, as he was saying, this scalar mixes with the Higgs. So whenever a particle mixes with other, they inherit the same properties of the other particle. So if the new scalar mixes with the Higgs, that scalar inherits the properties of the Higgs. So the same way, now this Higgs couples to quarks in this way, this scalar phi also will couple to fermions like this way. Now, if you say you discover the Higgs and let's see this way, I can also produce phi here instead. And say, okay, let's see if I observe. So the Higgs, if I show you, you're gonna say, well, I can't believe we did this at LHC. But at LHC, we observe this channel, produce the Higgs via a loop, and this Higgs decayed into two photons. Believe it or not, that was one of the Higgs discovery channels. The Higgs decayed into two photons at loop level. So a particle which does not have electric charge does couple to photons at loop level. And the other one was W bosons, Higgs W star, Z star, and etc. So now everything I have for the Higgs, I could have for the scalar phi. And then I say, look, I observed two photons. It was the Higgs that produced two photons, right? But if we had a phi 2, this production would be changed because I have a new particle. So it's like, think of it this way. Cross-section determines the number of events I observe. So I observe 10 events with a Higgs. Now I have the Higgs and phi. I should observe more, but I didn't. Then I constrain, I put some limit on the presence of a new particle because I keep seeing the same 10 events. Make sense? So by using the data I already have, I can constrain the presence of new particles, which behave like the Higgs. And everything, the key aspect, the key part of the Lagrangian is the one that Zeb pointed out, which is the one which involves the Higgs, and there was a scalar phi. And also there is another one, Higgs, Higgs, and phi, phi. So these terms in the Lagrangian he showed in the beginning, this one and this one will make phi mix with the Higgs and inherit the properties of the Higgs. So if he inherits the properties of the Higgs, will also be produced in the same way the Higgs does, will decay in the same way the Higgs does. But I did not see any new scalar. I only saw the Higgs. So I can put a limit on the presence of a new scalar. It came to photons, it came to fermions, and this is exactly what he's doing. But he didn't show that. Yeah. Wait, the behavior of what? Of the cross section? Yeah, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't.
Sorry, look, your mic is
No, it's not.
very high.
It's just not what's that.
No, it's not. Your mic is very high volume. Uh, but yeah, maybe next time we show the graph and we can explore more of this cross section. Thank you, Zé. So let's thank the speaker. Okay, I will end the live. And thank you for watching the live and see you next time.